streamlined show today.
Hopefully. Greetings, everybody, and welcome to episode 14 of Custom Cap Collectors. And today we will be doing a throwback. So originally, I thought we might do this a week earlier, but we had Mike back on, Mike from Japan last week, and definitely wanted to get him in before he starts his other job, and his schedule is less conducive to chatting across multiple time zones. And so thanks again to the Hat Ninja for coming on and chatting with us. And we're down a few, so we got a couple people. Jesse's a little bit sick, and we got some other people who couldn't be on. So it's just going to be three of us today, which is pretty good because we're going to review our favorite 10 hats from 2025 Clinks. And the kind of rule of thumb was a hat you have in hand, so not a pre-order. There's a few pre-orders that if we made those eligible, those would probably make my list, but I don't have those in my hand. And because I'm a giant nerd, I had to go back through and actually look at when certain hats shipped to me because I couldn't remember what year I got it in. Anyways, we'll get to that in a second. Our crits will be a little bit shorter because there's just three of us, and so there's not as many hats to talk about. And we actually picked a lot of the same hats, so it's going to be pretty quick. Before we do this, let's show off what we're wearing. And so, Glenn, why don't you give us a look? What you wearing today?
I have selected Flanagan and Sierra's recolor of Throw in Heat. I'm a big hot sauce fan. I always have at least 3 to 4 hot sauces in the house at all times. 3 different styles and flavors, if not more. So this was a definite must-have. I would love to own the original one day as well. If I can ever find that, yeah.
Question: I am not a hot sauce person. Is the hot sauce normally something that comes in green? Because my belief was that hot sauce was always red. So, is a green hot sauce a thing?
Yeah, there's salsa verde. There's like, what is it? There's some jalapeno hot sauces that are green. There's some habanero hot sauces that are green. You got some hot sauces that might be tomatillo based, with peppers in them, stuff like that. So yeah, there's definitely green hot sauces too.
All right. Why don't you show us what you got on today, Mr. Aaron?
All right. In honor of Mike Wyckoff being with us, the Hat Ninja, he had reminded me of the Keep Haring all around hat that he had gotten for me several years ago. And this is definitely one of my favorite hats in my collection. Just love all the different pieces that they incorporated into the hat. So I decided to bust this one out and give it a wear, which I don't wear it very often simply because I want to preserve it. So it's definitely a favorite though.
Yeah, you got a jaw drop from the other Matt Wilson. He's mind blown, jaw dropped. It's a great. It's rare that you see a hat. I'm always about the front logo, but it's rare that you see a hat where the scene wraps around. And truly beautiful.
Yeah.
For myself, I'm wearing the runners up. So picking your 10 favorite hats, as we all joked in the chat, was like painful, like Sophie's Choice, trying to pick, which of your Clinks you love the most. So this one was close, but not quite. And so this is the hyena. I think it was Laughing something. I'm forgetting the name. And this was one of those hats that I didn't pre-order this, but when I saw, this was a shock drop. This was, I think, part of the Alec pack.
Yeah, that one's a recolor. Yep.
And even when it dropped, I did not order it, but it was one of those hats that I saw some other people show pictures, and it has that kind of 3-dimensional depth to the stitching. Yep. And I love it when clinkers do something new. And so we'll see this later with one of my other selections. I picked something because it was an animal that we had never seen on a clink. And you don't see a lot of hyena art. So you get lions and tigers and bears, oh my, but you don't get a lot of hyenas. And so I respected that the artist went with something we hadn't seen before. And then the stitching was just gorgeous. And so when Clink was doing some of their discounted dead stock and stuff like that, I was like, click into basket. And so this is didn't quite make my 10 favorites, but it definitely was in the runner-up category. So let's
Laughing Stock, by the way.
what is it? Laughing stock?
Laughing Stock.
Okay.
I think Matt was mind blown, jaw dropping the Clink hoodie.
Oh, well, he
'Cause
he can answer in the comments which was blowing his mind.
That's what it was.
Oh, and before we go, I'm going to show off because Aaron's got his Clink on. I'm wearing. You might recognize this.
Oh, that's cool.
So this was the
I like
Mothman design that did not go to the shop, and what is it? Sandhill. I'm actually spacing on the artist because the website is like Sandhill something, and he's got a couple of his Clink designs that didn't make the shop. It's like Sandhill Rejects or something.
Was it Levi and Junker?
It probably was. And so I bought 2 of the shirts. So I've got this one, and the other one was like a neon, like a deck of cards, like the Queen of Hearts. There was a Queen of Hearts neon that didn't make it to a hat. And so I bought that. So I'll probably wear that next Monday. So
I've never seen a Mothman design that I've really particularly cared for. That's one I was really disappointed didn't make the shop. I really like that one a lot.
It's got I like designs that generally have like the thick black blinds that kind of, to me, read like comic book characters. Like there's the heavy black outline and then there's the color on the interior space. I like that look. So yeah, I was excited to get this. So hopefully there's definitely some Clinks out there that I definitely see and I'm like, oh, that'd make a good t-shirt, but they don't always get to the t-shirt phase. All right, we don't want that alignment. Let's make this one this is not a okay, there we go. All right, so let's take a look at our selections here. Crits, Blitz, Dead Ahead. I personally liked a lot of hats that we saw this week, but they did not vote as well as I thought. I'm going to be honest. Like I was a little shocked that we didn't have a single, when I looked, which is about 6:00, there wasn't a single hat over 40%. And there were several that I really thought were going to vote pretty well. And at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, they were doing well, but they trended down throughout the day. So Soundwaves is joining us. Hey there, Soundwaves. All right. So the first one, all 3 of us picked, Second Chance. Who wants to talk about this one?
Go ahead, Glenn.
Oh man, I was disappointed.
What, did I put you on the spot?
I was
he's just sad.
Yeah, I was just speechless. Like why everybody didn't jump on this, everybody didn't vote for it. At least 2 people made a post about it. What's his name? Ben made a post about
Big hats.
Yeah, everybody like, let's jump on this, make it happen. Let's, come together. Like I don't know why this didn't why it didn't make it. Like why wasn't it, 100%?
Right.
I mean, not only is the great design, period, great art, but the greater cause on top of it. And, Zach, his posts about, wanting to make a difference and wanting to do something, bigger than himself and bigger than, just Clink. It was heartfelt. I don't understand it. I definitely voted for it on more than one of my accounts.
Vote early and vote often, eh?
So you can't blame me on that one, but it's gorgeous. I hope they have a change of heart, so to speak, on this one.
Well, it is in that gray zone. If it's under 40%, sometimes those go to the shop or they go in the queue. Soundwaves is here. Blink twice if it went into the queue so that we know.
It did not.
Right. Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. I mean, you guys both nailed it. This this is one I would have loved to have seen go through. And I really like the idea, because I was looking at Zach's Instagram, and he was talking about, that he wanted the visor and the button to, be a different material. So it would have, been hopefully either been black suede, corduroy, or velvet, which would be to emulate, a stuffed animal. And I thought that was a really cool idea as well. It's unfortunate, but we just can't. We can't trust the vote. It's you never know from week to week what it's going to be, and it's disappointing, it's frustrating, and I'm sure it's triple frustrating for Zach, because this happens to a lot of his designs, and it's a shame. It's he deserves better than this for sure.
So I'm going to say two things. Number one, and I made this comment on the buy sell trade. I think the script on the balloon is unnecessary. Like, if you look at that, that's like a gift. It's a gift teddy bear. And if that emblem gets shrunk, the lettering's going to be somewhat challenging to read. Maybe not. Maybe it comes out great. Number two, Zach, you should resubmit this. You could make some tweaks. I'd actually be curious to see, for me personally, and other people might disagree, but for me personally, I would like you to get rid of the little light blue stuff outside the perimeter of the bear. And I would like the silhouette of the bear to just shine against the black. If you gave me the power to like tweak your design, I would take the script off the balloon. I would take away the stuff in the background and just give us the bear in the balloon. I think that's a really strong book.
You think even without the blue outline? Because I like the blue outline. So the outline around the bear itself, I think is a nice touch.
Keep the halo, get rid of the
there
stars.
You go. Sure.
Keep the halo, but get rid of all, because for me, all that little stuff sort of detracts away from the cleanness of the outline. I like a clean silhouette. And this, again, it's just me. Other voters might see it differently. And Zach, you're not that far off at, I think it was 34, 35% the last time I looked. All you need is like 4 more percentage points, and you get up there at 39, 40. And those are the threshold we often see contracts given. So please don't give up on this. You can totally ignore my advice. You're the artist. You can do what you want, but tweak some stuff, send it up again. You're not that far off in terms of the threshold. So don't give up on this one, please.
And if people voted against it because of the get well soon, they need to get the hell out of here. Like that. If Casey didn't think he could do it, he would change that part, to vote against it because it has get well soon. Like if anybody did that, you need to, yeah.
I mean, who knows why people vote against stuff? It's, it's hard to tell, but Zach, I know you're discouraged and you sound pessimistic in the comments, but I don't know, give it a couple weeks. I know it's got to hurt. You put your time and your effort into something and it doesn't get approved, but I really would encourage you, let it sit for a little bit and come back to it. Give it another shot. At least give it another shot. I mean, you look at some of my favorite artists like Seamus. Seamus is relentless. Like he'll put things up 3 times, and it works sometimes. I mean, he got through the neon shark design. I think the third go around was the one that got it to the shop. So I understand if you're discouraged and you don't want to put more time into tweaking the design. It's completely understandable. But take a minute, let the wounds heal up, give it another shot next month maybe. So.
Do it for the kids.
Do it for the kids. Come on. Take a few. You have to take a few arrows, but if it gets made, hey, it's worth it, right? All right, then Glenn and I picked Aussies. Glenn, what did you like about Aussies here?
This is a beautiful hat. And I'm sure that Adam would agree if he were here as well. It's I really, the only note I have is that I really hope that's a squeaky toy and not a real baseball, because the dog's going to get seriously injured playing around with a real baseball. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think. I can say is that I mean I can see why he went with the baseball, because and a tennis ball wouldn't look good with the coloration, and but my first thought was a baseball. That dog's going to get hurt.
And we did just have a tennis ball dog design that came recently as well.
But it's beautiful. It looks great. The art's great. Give me a pink and black themed hat on anything, any subject. I'm probably going to buy it.
And my comment was there's a lot of detail on this. I like things that are just a touch simpler. If he wants to rework it, I'd take all the hearts out of the background and just give me the dog and the ball. Just clean it up, make it simpler. Sometimes less is more. I like a hat that you can read from 10 feet away. And the more you clean up the silhouette, the more easy it is to read. So that's my opinion. But there are lots of buyers who don't think the way I do. So, but I thought it was cute, and I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm going to guess that if Jessie had been healthy, she might have. Maybe that would have gotten girl hat status or something.
Right.
I think Adam definitely would have liked. All dogs go to Adam's house, right?
Yeah.
All Clink dogs go to Adam's house, except for Chihuahuas. He's got that hate for Chihuahuas.
Right.
All right, let's go to the next one. And again, there's a lot of consensus, but this was one where, Glenn, you were the only one of the three of us to pick it. I kind of like Hemmed and Hawed. I do like those kind of designs where the letters are written in such a way like you can flip it and it reads the same way either direction. I'm not sure that that's the case here. What grabbed you about the black metal Clink?
I'm a big metal fan.
Okay.
So automatically, and I like the Clink hats that aren't the normal script like they use, like the video game week that Leon had. I loved the Clink hats from that week. They're just like a different take on it. And being a huge metal fan, this one was right up my alley, and I loved it. Unfortunately, he didn't get a contract for this one though.
Yeah, the percentage was pretty low at 26%. Maybe he'll give it another shot. It's a little cluttered for me, but that's always my reservation with the vault stuff. But hey, there is a vault hat that I voted for this week, just not this one. I think actually I voted for this one. I just didn't pick it for our crit. So I thought it was interesting, and I'm always looking for something that's a little bit different. And then I have been a champion of Cosmic Jelly. The earlier version of this was one of the things I threw in when we did the ones that got away 2025 designs that we wish had gone to the shop. And so I am excited to see the team up here between Seamus and Creature. I don't know if there's been some kind of rapport reconnected between these two. I'm happy to see it. Seamus, of course, has done some great stuff with Neon, and Creature did one of my favorite aquatic Clinks, which is the jellyfish that's kind of that aquamarine color, and I own that one. It's a gorgeous hat. So I love the kind of neon spacey vibe of this one. And Aaron, what'd you like about it?
I liked it simply because my first affinity for it was that I liked it from the start. If I'm being perfectly honest, I think this version's just a little busy. I think some of the extra that's been added in here, I don't know if it helped the vote, but I like the neon aspect of it, and I think the colors are great. I just feel like the earlier versions have been so strong, and it just I don't know what it's going to take to get it through, because I think the earlier versions were stronger. But it's cool that like you said, he's relentless. So I'm glad to see that he's still trying to get it through, and maybe we'll see a version of this go through. I just don't know how much more can possibly fit on there, to really be done well and look good. So.
It's going to be one of those wraparound Japanese.
Right, exactly, yeah. But yeah, I was a fan of the earlier versions. I really liked it when it first came through, and I remember talking to Don a couple of times about the design, just in what he was trying to do with it, and just couldn't figure out what it was going to take to crack it either. So it's unfortunate that it hasn't made it, and hopefully there's a happy medium to be found in this design, and that we see one that's a little bit more trimmed down, but still has the same impact.
And I would say the same thing about Seamus's whale shark, the neon whale shark. I actually like the second version of it better than the one that finally made the shop. And this would be true of the Cosmic Jelly. I like the one that we put up at the retrospective of the misses in 2024. I'm with you. I like that one. It was just a little simpler, a little cleaner. I
I
would
like that
still,
one better too.
I would absolutely pre-order this if it goes to the shop. So this is a would buy, 100% would buy for me personally. So,
Well, you will be happy Friday then.
oh right, yay! I didn't even reach out to either one of them. I just saw the number and I'm like, 34. You know, it probably didn't get picked up. So, all
And
right, all right.
see,
I'm all caught
that's
up
what
on my.
that's what
Go
I
ahead.
said about get
That's
well soon, the
yeah,
second
the
chance.
same
I was
boat.
like,
Yeah,
same percentage. Like,
yeah, yeah. That's tough.
What's frustrating to me is that a week, 2 weeks ago, I thought we had two back-to-back fairly pedestrian crits. I was not.
Mhm.
I liked hats, but I didn't love a single hat for 2 weeks in a row. And this week, I loved four hats. There were four hats
Right.
that if they all went to the shop, they were pre-orders for Matt. And they did not vote well. And just really frustrating to me because we had a week 2 weeks ago it was, I think, and they didn't the voting wasn't super enthusiastic, but four of the six shop shop slots went to what I thought were sort of, to me, ho-hum designs. And in our private chat, I said, "Ooh, maybe we're going to see some of the stuff that's in the queue." We've heard that
Yeah.
there's
Right.
like, 50, 60 designs sitting there in the queue. And I said, at this point, I was so underwhelmed by the crits that I would be excited to see what's in the queue, because those were ones that probably just missed it. Maybe there was something I voted for when it was up for a vote. And instead we only got like one or two out of the queue. And I would have been happy to see four out of the queue, but that's not what
Yeah.
happened. So I am very pleased to hear that this got a contract. So this will be a pre-order for Matt. And
Very nice.
literally Sunday night, I was all caught up on my pre-order once. I ordered two hats, and I got the turtle with the Hanatiki. That
Mhm.
was a dead stock that I didn't pre-order, but once I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I love that. I like my
Nice.
animal hats. So now if this goes in Friday, I'll have a new, like, Matt will
There you
order
go.
this the next time he gets to
Yeah.
3. Yay! That makes me
Yeah.
happy. All right, you two picked. We'll let Aaron. Why don't you take "Stay Fly"? What grabbed you about this one?
Well, Rob Smith is when I first saw Rob Smith, he was designing pins, and they were along this motif with pigeons, in different various forms, hip hop influence, that sort of thing. And I always really I was very drawn to his design. So I was excited when I saw him starting to do Clink Room stuff. So this design reminds me of, when I first started seeing Rob Smith's work. And that's one of the reasons why I really gravitated toward it. I love the attitude of the bird. I think it's funny. Me, anytime you get something that cracks me up, I'm in, and the colors are really cool. And I love that off-color button. I think that's an awesome touch. So that's a winner for me. I'm all in for this one, but can't imagine it made it. With any luck, maybe it did, but I'm not holding my breath. But I would love to see this in the shop. I would definitely get that.
I did not even notice the button until you said
Of course you did.
I'm like, button? Oh yeah.
Yes, that off-color button, man. That's such a good feature.
Go ahead.
I'm with you. And let me tell you, Aaron, you will be happy about Friday's shop as well.
Mm,
Ooh, wow.
nice. I love it.
Some
Yeah,
I love it.
reaches. He's reaching
Mm,
down into the vote this week. Interesting. Okay.
I voted for
that's
this
very
one
cool.
too, and I can
Yeah,
basically just
I really like it.
echo what you said. I like the design. I like the art. I like the colors. I like the button and the visor that don't match, but
Yep.
they got the colors incorporated in the design. I'm a fan of that too. Um,
We
So
just got to cross our fingers that it makes it to the shop with that intact.
yeah,
was gonna
exactly.
Casey's gonna come in and like, oh, we need to fix that.
Yeah,
button.
he's gonna dash my hopes. I know he is.
Right. Let's
I
go
know
ahead
he
and fix
is.
that button. That's gotta be a mistake. Gotta be a mistake. We'll just put a gray button on there.
I'm calling
Right.
it now. Teal
No,
button.
it'll be black.
Teal
It'll
button
be
on
black.
Friday.
Yeah, if it was teal, I could probably deal with that. But I just really love that it's just unique. It's separate from everything else. So
What if it was
it'll
pink
be black.
undervisor and we keep the pink button?
What if the undervisor was what?
Pink to
Pink?
match the button.
Oh,
To
I'd
give
be
it, like,
I'd be cool with that.
See, I would rather, if you're going to change that way, I'd rather see a pink undervisor and then have the button match the visor. Have it be black. I could go, if I want the pink to just be a solo color.
Okay.
Is
I
it a
think it's
black
nice touch.
visor?
I think it's a black visor, but you can never tell.
It
It's
is
either black,
difficult.
navy blue. I mean, it might even be graphite for all we know. So, I mean, graphite's like barely a shade lighter than black. On mock-up.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah, it reads dark gray to my eye, but the mock-ups sometimes are hard to tell. So yeah, I like the whole like kind of gang sign thing. Like, I'm a kid from small town Midwest, so I wouldn't know a gang sign really unless they hit me over the head. But Glenn, did you want to add anything?
I think that's just the deuces.
Oh, is it? Oh, see, I
Right.
I am not hip,
You
I
you were saying.
let me prove how unhip I am. So.
Right.
Like
great.
when Paco comes in and he's got these hip hop things, like I'm just like, I am so ignorant of hip hop culture. Like it's just not, I grew up in rural Midwest. Like, hip hop was like that thing on MTV. Like that's
There
the
you
only
go.
way you
Yep.
knew about hip hop culture. So then I
No
moved to big
MTV raps.
Right. No, I'm serious. Like it was like a broadcast from another world for where I grew up. You're like, what is this thing?
They're like, oh, Matt, what you watching?
Well, it wasn't. I didn't have cable until I
Don't
went
you know?
to college, and then for me, it was like MTV's 120 Minutes. I was all into the alternative rock kind of stuff.
Oh
So-
yeah, I
same
loved it. Matt
Kennedy.
Pinfield.
Kennedy was doing 120 Minutes, and I saw my first Bjork videos, and I'm like, what is this? I was like, this is fantastic. It's weird, but I love it. It's like really
Right.
strange stuff. And they even had the little cartoon, the Eon Flux, anyway.
yeah.
So we need an Eon Flux reference hat. I mean, only people of a certain age would get the reference, but
Right.
I would easily fall victim to that kind of nostalgia hat. So I would vote and buy that probably. All right, and then I picked Neon Tokyo, which is a resubmit by Raphael, and I'm sad that it didn't do better. I like the kind of I like the neon look. I think I have voted for almost every neon design that's ever come up, and it's got that kind of Miami Vice color vibe, city car. And I'm not really a car guy. I just like the scene here, and it says Neon Tokyo, so obviously it's not supposed to be Miami, but I guess there's a little Tokyo drift going on here.
Sure.
I like it. I don't think it's going to go to the shop, but I'm glad he kept trying. I don't know. This is the second or the third try, so this might be it for this one. Makes me sad.
I liked this one the best so far, though. I really liked this one.
And we got a comment, and I don't know who this is. I don't know if you go by a different handle. Andrews Hogan, 3078. Not to be confused with the other Andrews Hogan, 3077. But all right, welcome, Andrew. I don't know if you've watched before, but thanks for hopping in there.
Yeah, Matt W
Thanks for
said this
joining.
reminds me of like Outrun or something. And
I don't even remember Outrun. Was that a TV
It was
show?
Is that a game?
it was an arcade. It was like a super cool, like you sat in the car and you like drove.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was made by Sega, but it was like
Okay.
it was like one of those, like it was going to cost 50 cents to play that arcade back then.
Was one of those, huh? Okay, I gotcha.
Maybe 75 cents for Outrun.
And for kids that don't know, I was talking to my husband the other day, and I said, when I go into a grocery store and I see candy bars are like $1.50, I totally become the old man, and I was like, well, when I was a kid, you could get a Snickers for 35 cents. I'm not going to pay
Yeah.
$1.50 for a Snickers bar. So when Glenn here says it cost you 50 cents to play this game, that you could get maybe a candy bar and a half.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, that's a sacrifice.
Big deal. Yeah.
Oh, it's Jesse.
Wow, that was really under the radar, Jesse.
Oh man, she was totally that's a total burner. I love it.
Stealth commenter.
She's
I
Andrew's
can't wait to see Andrew's Hogan 3078's comments when we get to Jesse's top 10. So that should be
right. That's funny.
And this might be the last. So Aaron, you tabbed Positively Toxic. Talk to us about this one. So
the surprising part for me for picking this is the fact that I'm picking something with a yellow crown. You know, I mean, it's a rarity for me that I'm gonna gravitate towards something with that color crown. But I just love the artwork on it. You know, as I said in our chat, you know, there's just something about a gas mask on a hat that, you know, it just sucks me in. I don't know what it is, but I am desperate to see a gas mask like this on a fitted. You know, I gotta see one get through. And I'm digging this. You know, maybe, you know, some of the detail in the flowers is a little questionable about, you know, how clean that's going to show up if it were to make it. But at 32, obviously, you know, I'm not holding my breath that it's going to make it through. But I like the design I like the fact that it's really different. You know, it's such a departure from everything that we've been seeing in the shop for so long. That's the first thing that really jumped out at me. I didn't look it up on anybody's profile to see, you know, what the story was behind it. But I just love the way it looks, and I think it would be a really, really neat hat to see embroidered if we were able to get it through, because I think that mask, there's just something that gives me an anarchy feel. Yeah, a little anarchy feel with that, you know, with the mask, especially with the red X's on the eyes. You know, and that's another reason that maybe I was kind of drawn to it, because I just went to the Cause exhibit, you know, at the Museum of Modern Art, and all of his art has the X'd out eyes, you know, so that might have been something subliminal that just drew me to it immediately, you know, because I just saw that over the weekend. So I looked it up on Junker's profile, and here's the backstory. Quote, "Okay, I have no clever story to tell with this one, but we get it, right?" Yeah, I dig it. You know, it's just one of those things. Speaks to me, you know.
I liked this one too. I was very close to listing it as one of my picks of the week. Only reason I didn't, I try to limit myself to 4 or 5. And so I left this one off, but I do like this one a lot too. I like the kind of like the contrast between like the beauty and then like the danger or mystique or whatever.
Right. The industrial nature of the mask. Yeah.
Right. And then
they're very incongruous, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm saying that right, but they don't match up.
I like the yellow crown too. Kind of adds to the, you know, the beauty with the flowers, and it's a bright, pretty color. And then you got this scary ass dripping toxic gas mask.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with you. I think this one would make a very cool hat. I hope they try another iteration.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question. You know, for me, I care a lot about silhouette. What if they took the flowers off and it just had the drip? Would you still like it? Or do you feel like the flowers is a necessary component to kind of balance the kind of frightening aspect with something slightly more positive?
I agree with the latter. You know, I think that the flowers are kind of necessary to give that duality, you know, that weirdness, if you will. It you know, the flowers matched up with the mask really puts you off balance, and that's what I like about it. You know, it's not something that's just normal, so to speak. So I kind of feel like, you know, I mean, maybe you could change up the flowers a little bit, but I think that they work. You know, at least for me, I think they work in the way that I'm seeing this image. All right, I'm going to share
100%.
This is from our show chat. You know, Adam, who is not on it tonight, just sent this while after the show started. So here we've got Otter Destruction with the backdrop of the actual Golden Gate Bridge. So We know Adam is apparently having a
Great
good
picture.
time and not being on our chat. But it's a cool photo.
Yeah, it's an awesome shot. So good.
Yeah. I'm a little jealous. I've done
That's
2
good
visits
stuff.
to San Francisco Bay Area and it's always had a nice time. So, all right. And then
Nice.
Glenn, catch of the day. Talk to us about this one.
You picked the wrong slide for this one, or the wrong picture, I should say. That's the old one. He updated it. That's not the one that got voted on. But yeah,
It
he
says Monday
updated it.
Morning Crits at the bottom of it, though.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the newest one.
All right, I'm going to look right now. Go ahead. You talk.
Oh, maybe that was the one they put on crits. Well, anyway, he updated it and it looks so much better.
Okay. Well, now I want to see this other version.
You'll have to go to his IG. It looks better. He moved the fishing line to the other claw, and it's a lot more
I agree.
It's a lot clearer as to what it is. And he also added the fishing pole coming up, the very edge of the fishing pole coming up out of the water.
This is the one they posted 4 days ago, and I commented that I liked it. This is the one that I was expecting. I would buy this, and so I have a kind of love-hate relationship with Josh because I like clean designs, and that's not his style. But I like this. It's a little scary. You got.
I like that version better than the one with the I like that version way better.
You can tell that there's a whole thing that happened. And one of the things that's super challenging to share in a flat 2-dimensional image is action or story. And there's a whole vibe here of story. So I like it. And I voted for this and I would probably pre-order it. So I know that, I don't always love Josh's stuff, but I like this a lot. So good job, Josh.
Yeah, I love this one. That's a definite must buy. And I like how the big claw, I think the big claw is going to be like closer to you on the embroidery.
It'll be raised for sure. Yeah.
And I told him that the revised version looks so much better because it's definitely more clear as to what the fishing line is. When I first saw it the first time, I liked it, but I was like, what is the white? Yeah. So like when he changed it, I talked to him and a couple of other people talked to him, and I told him that it really made a big difference with the change he made, moving the fishing line and also adding the fishing pole. I said it's almost like it, for one, it made it more clear as to what the white lines were. And for 2, like adding a little fishing pole, you can like almost like see the body up underneath the water in the fishing pole, and like you can visualize it better.
Yeah, I agree.
And the fishing line causes your eye to move diagonally across the image because you're like, wait, what is this? Where is this line ending up? And so you follow that fishing line with your eye. So you go from bottom left to top, or you go from the top to the bottom left, but you see it. And then I really like those seagulls in the background. And it adds more detail. So there's a little bit of clutter, but I like this clutter. I approve of this clutter. So I'm a fan. So
yeah.
All right. And it got 37%. So I'm assuming, did you message him? Did it make the shop?
Hopefully the right one made it though.
Right.
Let's hope the right one made it.
Aaron will have to start another lobbying campaign on the buy sell trade.
Yeah, exactly. Don't make me create a post.
Everybody send Casey messages until he gives in.
You got the wrong one.
It's right. All right. Well, there's 2 that went to the shop that I'm pleased to hear. 2 that I voted for. So that's welcome news. All right. I think that's the last of our Andrews Hogan 3078, if that's your real name. Now's your time to flourish in the chat. And so Jesse's not here, so we're going to give her first dibs. And these aren't necessarily in order of first through 10. I just asked everybody to give me sort of 10 of your favorite Clinks from 2025. And for me, at least, the rule was it had to be in hand. So if it was a pre-order, it didn't count. If I got it in 2026, which I did get a hat already in 2026, I did not. It was not eligible for my 10 list. And I also included recolors, which we'll see in a moment that Jesse does as well. And so we've got Mary. I think it's pronounced Mary Lod.
Lewd.
Lewd?
It sounds like the word Lloyd.
Got it.
Lewd.
Lewd. And I like it when we get something we've never seen before. It's just that the artwork is not something I personally bought, but I like the fact that we're seeing something different. And I really like the lipstick. I'm just not sure how often I'd buy it, so I haven't ordered it. It's still sitting out there, if it on dead stock. I could see that maybe getting clicked in as the third hat to get some free shipping. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but
I'll be honest. I keep looking at it too.
Yeah,
I know. I look at it and I know the thing that stops me is I know I could never wear it. It just I couldn't see myself wearing it. But I keep looking at that hat because I just love the lipstick drawing the skull and crossbones. I think it's a very sinister, design. And it's very like low level sinister because of that color.
It's got some horror movie vibes to it. Didn't that happen in that movie, The Substance? Didn't somebody, one of the characters, write on lipstick? Okay, so
yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, it was.
It was a little too much, but I watched it.
Hold on. So Mr. Anti-Skull is thinking about getting this one,
right? That tells you something, huh? That really tells you it's a good hat.
It takes a lot for me to buy another Kong or another skull, and this has something different. It's not like all the other skulls. And part of the reason I like it is that the lipstick, it's like a femme fatale kind of thing. Like it's threatening, and usually when we think about villains, not all, but most villains are male. So it's got this kind of sort of gender. Right. And a little scary, and it's something that we think of lipstick as a device of beauty, but in this case, it's an instrument of threat. And I love it that there's this kind of twist to our expectation. So that's a lot of backstory.
I honestly
love the description that it's. I love the description that it's threatening. I think that's pretty cool.
I honestly am sort of shocked that it went through to the shop because Clink being such a male-based, clientele, I'm glad it did, but I'm still shocked it did.
It does seem out of the norm for the things that Clink produces. I agree. But as I said when Casey was on, there is a market for female buyers, and it's good that Clink might not do it very often, but they take something that might appeal more to female buyers. It's not a ton of collectors, but that could change in the future. And in a hat like that might draw some women in who might normally not think about wearing a fitted hat. So it's good. All right, let's see what else she put up for consideration. She must have overdone it on the cough syrup. No comments so far. So the next one is one that showed up on a couple people's list. So we've got Rewound by Reeling and Lane, and I don't remember at least one of you or maybe both of you also picked this. So what makes it a favorite?
Well, look at it.
Right.
That's just a masterpiece. I mean, both just the illustration and the finished product. I mean, for it to translate as well as it did, into embroidery was just amazing. And it's got everything that we talk about. It's got size, it's got character, it's got motion, it's got nostalgia. I mean, it checks so many boxes. I mean, it's one of those designs that if you tell me that you don't like it, I can't even. That doesn't compute. We
can't even talk to you anymore. We can't.
Right.
We question your judgment.
Yeah, it's perfect. This is probably my top 2 favorite Clinks of all time.
Holy cow! Okay.
Yes, I freaking love this one.
Yeah, it's so good.
I own that exact cassette. with the little colors on the side. I own
That's
that cassette.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's one of the many boxes that it checks. I mean, it's really, really impressive. Just how wide of a range this hat covered. It really, and just for the embroidery to come out as good as it did, just
Yes.
it's crazy.
And let me slip on my old man hat and say, kids these days will never know the aggravation of your favorite cassette,
Right.
the tape spooling out, and you're desperately trying to save it because you
Yep.
can't just download it again, right? I mean, like,
Yep.
and we played our cassettes to death, and they would sometimes stretch, and this music would just start.
Yep.
It was an imperfect way to deliver music, but man, it was convenient because those cassettes were lightweight. You could carry them around.
And you hit that little eject button, and it opens up, and the tape is. You're like, no.
You pull out the tape, and then you pull out the cassette, and the tape is trailing after it.
Yeah, it's
still
like,
in there. And you're like, oh my god, yeah.
And you drive down the street, and you'd see someone who threw out a cassette, and the tape is like unwound.
Yes.
Billowing in the air as you drive past it in your Camaro or whatever you drive in your IROC.
Right.
All right, we got Roadkill, which I own in a different colorway, not the camo version, but I also am a fan of this one. So it's in that design. Yeah. Both of these designs are in my collection, so I also own Rewound. I think, do all of us own Rewound then?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And Jesse too. So there's at least 4 people on our panel. Yeah. Who knows?
I know for sure Paco does.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, right. Music related. So there's 5 of the 6 of us. 5 of the 6 of us own it. Now, we're gonna have to get Adam in the club if he doesn't own it.
And the recolor's on the way too.
Is there another color?
Yeah, it was one of the top 5 hats.
One of the Clinks classics.
That's right. I think this is perfect.
Top 8.
I'm glad that I have this colorway of it. I think it's because to me it's all about the markings on the cassette. To me it's just perfect. And I've grown to like light gray crowns. I didn't before, but there's just some designs, like honestly the house head line, the gray crowns in that fresh colorway. I like the silhouette of brighter colors against the lighter gray. I think it works very well. Especially if you've got a white object like this cassette, the white really stands apart from that just a little bit darker shade of light gray. It just gives that white an extra pop. So I'm a fan. All right. We better keep moving because we got a lot of hats to cover. So it's fun to talk about, these hats that we love. And right. So she picked Polaris, which was a Milos and Adam design. And then the Chibi Kong. I don't own either of these, but I did give Polaris a long, hard look, and I certainly voted for it when it was up for crits. Either of you own these two?
Both. Yeah.
All right.
I don't have Chibi.
Polaris is that there was a series of hats in a pre-order group that I had passed on that every time I saw a picture of one of them, the embroidery just blew me away. And this was definitely, Polaris was definitely one of them. I didn't think that the little details would translate as well as they did, but the texture in the iceberg and the floating ice was just phenomenal, and the northern lights, in the sky. I didn't know what to expect from this. And so I passed on it at pre-order, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I got to fix this. I got to get this.
And sometimes they just nail it. I stress a lot about stitching, and they stitched it great. So
yeah, very, very well.
I asked, as I was making the slideshow, my husband was sitting next to me on the couch as we were watching the first period of the Red Wings hockey game. And I said, Chibi, I'm not a huge into this kind of culture. And I was like, was there a specific movie, anime, manga that it came out of? And he was like, it's just a general kind of art style. Do either of you have any knowledge about where the Chibi style comes from?
I mean, other than it's a Japanese art style, that's big there. It's kind of a, the characters are the youth version of the characters. So they're supposed to be childlike, in that sense. But I don't know any origins or what it compares to or anything like that. What I do know is that I passed on the original because the colorway was just not right for me. It was much too pastel, and the change here for me worked. I'm not a big chrome or white crown buyer, but I love the purple version of this one. I love the recolor, and I jumped on it. I had to get that one.
You just have to use those white gloves when you touch it. But
Yeah, right. I just have to remember not to touch my head. Just keep
eat
off.
Cheetos and then adjust your
Right,
hat.
exactly. Just keep off.
Oh, I just looked it up. I like the original one a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I like this version better.
When I was a kid and the original Star Wars action figures came out, I had my Princess Leia with her white cape, and I went out and I was playing with it in the yard, and I touched the like on the iris, there's like that part that has that kind of like Cheeto dust on it that like pollinates. And I accidentally touched it to my Princess Leia cape, and she had like an orange spot on her for all time. It didn't matter what I washed, I could not get that out of her cape. And I had bitter regrets.
Yeah, you know what it was for me, Glenn, on the original was the pink brim,
Oh.
Pink under brim, fine. That's not going to get as dirty as a pink brim,
I would buy that OG one.
That's what makes me nervous. Yeah.
All right, we've got Jungle Rumblers by Lane and Aurelian. So I noticed that there's at least 2 Aurelians in her 10, and then Treat Hunters by Heather. I like both of these. I think I ended up getting Jungle Rumblers off of somebody who had it in buy sell trade, so it's in my collection. I want Treat Hunters, but no one's offered it on buy sell trade. And I also have a lot of Halloween hats, like almost 30 days worth at this point. So It's like I might have to displace another Halloween hat if I put this one in. Either of you own these or?
I've got the original of Jungle Rumblers. It's always been a favorite. I mean, you can probably guess why I didn't get this version. Maybe. Yeah,
Gray.
There you go.
Cheeto fingers.
The gray brim, man. But I won't discount other hats automatically for light brim, but gray, like that shade of gray, automatic. You can't do it.
Wow.
But yeah, but I've got the original, and I'm super happy with the original. I thought this looked cool, but I just knew that I wouldn't be happy with it because of the brim.
You know what? I'll come to you a second. You know what? Boxing hat I want a recolor of is the Float Like a Butterfly. That is a great design, and
agreed.
We need to get that another shot at that, because I wasn't buying Clinks when that came out, so I'm still kind of like,
gotcha.
How has that one not gotten a fresh colorway? Anyways,
right.
Lynn, take it away.
Oh, you had asked if anybody owned these. Treat Hunters sold out while it was in my cart. On dead stock. It was that live broadcast where they said if you order you get more chances at the Yeti.
Oh.
And I had like, I don't know, something stupid like 8 hats in my cart. Like I was like going all in. And that was one of them, and it sold out. My size sold out.
I laugh, but I think I must have bought 6 hats that day too. So
I bought 4. Hey, and you would have won the Yeti if you gotten your order in. I'm sure of it.
Right.
Yeah, that one sold out, and like one other one, I can't remember. It was one of the other Halloween ones sold out in my cart too.
So my bitter regret with the Halloween hats is I got the Bat Boy, where it's like the Bat Boy, but he's also a bat who has wings, and it's kind of fun and cartoony.
I got that one.
When I clicked it into my cart, I clicked in the 6, 7, 8 size.
Oh.
There was no way I could stretch that to 7 1/4. Like there's just no way. It's currently for sale on my eBay, and then fortunately, I think somebody either in buy sell trade, or I just ordered it again off of Clinks website, but I have one that I can put on my head now, but I'm like, what an idiot. But when it got here, it wasn't Halloween anymore, and I didn't try it on. I didn't even realize it was a tiny hat. And by the time I realized it, I reached out to Clean customer support, and they were like, "Yeah, it's kind of been 3 months. It's yours." I'm like,
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm like, "Hello, eBay. Maybe I can get my $50 back." 55.
Here goes Jessie again with the mouthpiece. And she said it's got hollow embroidery on the mouthpiece. Hilarious.
Oh, I forgot to look. I'm really sorry I did not look at the chat here.
I'm not sure which one she was talking about.
Which one had a mouthpiece?
Isn't it the I don't know.
Let's go back. We'll just take a quick peek. Oh, no, that's the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, we're still going the wrong direction. Oh, we ruined the surprise. Okay,
thanks. That's it. I'm not doing it anymore.
Is that them? Is there a mouthpiece in there? I don't.
On Kong, maybe that's it.
Jessie, which one are you referring to?
She'll tell us. She'll get back to us.
If not, the cough syrup, we'll talk to her through her.
Right.
All right, we'll do our last slide. And so I own the one on the left. I bought Hard Candy when they did like the dead stock discount, and it was kind of on a maybe. And I am just I'm a Sierra addict, so I have more of this hat than anybody else.
Yeah. Same.
And that was an 80s candy. Again, nostalgia. Food,
you can still get it.
Cartoon. Is that right? I haven't seen them.
Well, I
have not seen.
You can still get it.
I haven't seen this in 15 years. So
it comes in those big bags of variety candy with a whole bunch of other candies that you've never seen before or heard of or eaten. So it's still in existence.
You can order them straight up, a whole bag of them on on Amazon. You can order a whole bag.
Well, last year at Christmas, we did Christmas cutout cookie decorating for the first time since I was a kid. And I ordered the Red Hots. Remember the little red candies that had they were both sweet and had a little kick to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I got out I got out the sprinkles and the decorations and stuff like that this year to make. And I was like, where are the Red Hots? And my husband's like, we ate them all. I was like,
those aren't going to last, right?
I was like, we need to go on Amazon and order a whole nother container of Red Hots again, because those were really good. That's a throwback candy for me right there.
Right.
Hard candy. And then,
hard candy was another one that I grabbed, just like you, I didn't grab it in pre-order. And as a matter of fact, when I first saw a picture of it after it shipped, I didn't even recall it being in the shop. And but as soon as I saw the picture, what I loved about it was just how vivid the characters are on that crown. And they really pop, I mean, that embroidery was some really, really nice embroidery, really fat, just really projected the image right off the hat. I thought, that's the reason I jumped on it in dead stock, because it was so good. Yeah, so good.
And they're really shimmery too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a true sleeper for me.
And the little pin spots of white, which is exactly how the candy looked. They nailed it. The embroidery came out good. They look a little sinister, but also delicious at the same time. So, And then we've got Free Lollipop, who I must be the only person for whom this does not grab. I was a kid, and apparently I never heard the thing about if you find the Indian shooting at the star, you get a free lollipop, because I literally had to explain this to me. I just never heard this. So just as they were all the before the internet, we would all tell each other about Mikey eating Pop Rocks and stuff. And that's how we learned things. Apparently I never heard the Indian on the wrapper, because I was like, why does everybody like this design? I mean, it's, it's like a guy and he's shooting at a star. It's kind of cool, but these would just sell out, each colorway, boom. They would just fly off the shelves. And then I was it is nostalgia, just not mine.
Yeah, that particular one is the only one that I don't have. I've got all the rest of the colorways. That's the only one I didn't get, because it's just too much teal for me. It's like overload.
See, it's actually attractive to me because it's a rare color. I kind of like that.
Sure, fair.
I had never heard of the free lollipop thing either. And when I first got into and discovered the buy sell trade group, people were going nuts about it. making posts like in search of like, um, and I'm like for months. I was like, why the fuck is this called free lollipop? It don't have shit to do with a lollipop. But it was like one of those things you don't want to ask because you're gonna look like an idiot because everybody's so big on it. And like it was a long ass time before I just Googled it and I was like, oh.
Right.
I zoomed in and I'm like, where is the lollipop? I was like, is he supposed to be shooting it? Like,
Oh,
but the
that's funny.
star isn't a lollipop, it's a star. It's not even connected to the,
Right.
I'm with you. I did not get it at all.
Yeah, I was so confused for the longest.
And it's funny.
That's
So
funny.
this sells out like crazy when it gets recolors, and so does the Neon Chief design, which
Mm.
I have one, but I mean it's nice. I don't like. I'm not gaga, but there's people who have like Neon Chief in every color, and to me it's
I
like
got all three.
hasn't there been more than three? I swear there's been like
Mm-mm.
5. No,
No,
three.
only 3.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. All right, so I believe this completes Jesse's top 10 of 2025. So I think Aaron, you are up next. So
All right.
Aaron and I have very similar taste. Talk to us about these choices.
So obviously we got to talk about PCH because that was, that hat. Well, both of these hats. I'm glad you put them together on the slide like this because I think that both of these hats are just phenomenal examples of what embroidery can do for a hat. And at the time that PCH hit pre-order, I was very soured on landscapes. I had very much landscape fatigue, and I just wasn't interested in it. I couldn't see what it was going to be. And then, of course, when after it shipped and I started seeing pictures, I was just blown away. I mean, the detail that was arrived at in this hat are just so incredible. The waves, the ripple of the water, the mountains. I mean, it's perfection. I mean, this hat is it's really, I can't say enough good things about it. Like you said about Sierra, I'm a huge Sierra fan as well. I buy a disproportionate amount of his hats. I really do. And the one thing that really stood out about this hat is just how chunky that embroidery was. I mean, this embroidery is so far off the hat, and it's multi-layered, and the details in it, the colors in it. I mean, it's just so well done. I mean, I can't even say, again, just like PCH, I can't even say enough good things about that. These were 2 of my favorite hats of the year, without a doubt. Excuse me.
I pre-ordered PCH for 2 reasons. One, I've messaged with Rusty Bees a fair amount, and he's funny. He's irreverent. Yeah. I'm kind of that way, wired that way too. So he's funny, and so yes, sometimes my personal feelings about designers and artists impact my choices. But also, I'm a huge road trip guy, and I've traveled 60% of U.S. counties, and my goal is to do all of them before I die. And for me, being in Eastern, I've never driven the PCH, and so this is a dream trip for me. And so this hat not only tapped into my love of road trips and driving, and I can drive for hours, and I still like it. But someday I'm going to drive that. That's just going to happen. And I'm looking forward to it. And I already have the hat for that trip.
It's a great trip. Yeah, it's an incredible trip. It really is worthy. Without a doubt.
Brain rod I did not order, but if it pops up on BCT in one of my sizes, I'll almost certainly buy it because again, it's the color that's dripping out of the mouth. I have skull fatigue, but I love the color and I love that 80s TV set. And the embroidery that I've seen in other folks hold it up, it's quite impressive. So
yeah, for sure. The other thing that mention about PCH, that this just shows you how badly I wanted this hat when it got to dead stock. Because if you notice, it's an 8, and it's literally the only 8 that I have bought on purpose because I just had to have the hat. And unfortunately, I missed it. When I missed it in my size when it hit dead stock because it went that fast. And I just was like, I got to have this hat. There's no way I can miss it. So I ended up just buying the 8 because I needed to have it in the collection. And we've mentioned, just throwing a Stankies in it and you're good to go. So that's what I did. And it fits just fine. It's a little slightly big, but it fits my head. I'm totally comfortable with it. So Stankies did the trick for the win.
Cool. And she did clarify a little back that the mouth guard thing was a reference to the Jungle Rumblers boxer character. Yep. So, all right, Glenn, do you own either of these? Or were they buys for you?
I do not. I would buy Brain Rot if I had the opportunity. PCH is a beautiful hat, but I'm not a landscape guy, and I have never even been on the West Coast, so it doesn't hold anything for me. But it is gorgeous.
You're going to go to San Diego someday. I know it. I can just feel it.
It's a gorgeous hat. The design and everything about it is beautiful. I just have no connection to it whatsoever, and I'm not big on landscape, so
makes
sense.
Tell
you what, buddy, if we ever get a Clink Con in the summer, you and I can carpool and road trip, and we'll drive all the way to San Diego, and I'll knock off my counties, and you can get to the West Coast. So we can make it into a whole hat road trip. It can be like the Cannonball Run, but with hats or something.
You might be on your own for that.
But I will say, like, when I look at this hat on the right, it feels Josh Volt's adjacent. Like, I can imagine that Josh might have had a role in making this. Like, to me, as much as you are a fan of his style, this feels like in the neighborhood. So I was a little bit surprised that you didn't get it, just because it feels like a kind of hat that, to me, I would think Glenn might have ordered it. So just interesting.
I don't know. I was kind of like, at first I didn't really get it. Like, the mouth part looks like a bathtub to me. Like, I was like, I don't know what's going on in this one. Where I do like it, but when I first saw it, I was like, I'm not sure what's going on, but it turned out great. And I love Sierra, and I love Buenos as well.
The bottom where the color's dripping, it actually makes me think of when I was a kid and I would eat cereal and watch my Saturday morning cartoons, right? Perfect. But when you put the Fruit Loops in the water and like the red dye number 3 would start to leak out and color your milk, that's exactly what I thought it was. Me watching cartoons in my Fruit Loops dripping. All right, so I'm giving away, but this Panderos is also in my top 10. So
yeah, and I forgot to dig that one out, so I don't have that in hand, but I'm sure one of you guys does. But I think that we can all agree that Panderos is probably hat of the year. I mean, it's one of those top hats, without a doubt. The embroidery is phenomenal. The colors are phenomenal. Just everything about it. This is one of Ink Park's best designs to come through. I know that it didn't originally have everything, on his design that got added to it, but I think that the changes were definitely in the right direction, and I think it just the concept was great and it was exciting, and the changes that came through were even better. It really elevated the hat a lot. I think it turned out to be. I mean, for me, it was probably, in the top 3, favorite hats this year of 2025.
I don't know, Glenn. It sounds like Jesse's willing to join me on the road trip if you're not going to go. So
I saw that. That's all you, Jesse. Have fun. I drive a car. I drive around in a car all day for a living. I don't want to do it I don't want to do it on a vacation too.
I got you. I hear you. That makes total sense. I live 10 minutes from my job, and so I love a good road trip. Like, I enjoy driving, and it's like a special event when I go out. So totally logical. And Sakuranami Breeze.
Sakuranami Breeze, yeah. This one surprised me a little bit. When when it first came, when it was first in crits, I remember seeing the drawings, and I remember thinking to myself, why do we need another version of Sakuranami? Because the original Sakuranami was so good. I just didn't see, I didn't get it, at first. And then, I kept looking at it and kept looking at it. I'm like, okay, there's elements there that I know are going to turn out good, and I've just got to take a chance. And so I ordered it, I made sure I got it on pre-order, and it did not disappoint. And it was probably 5 or 6 steps above, what I expected it to be. I think the colors and the design just really, just again, we've got motion in there. We've got, this color, the pink is so deep in there, and it really just, it evokes, something in me that I really, really enjoy. And that hat just really was like just a super sleeper for me, and I couldn't be happier with the way it turned out. And it shouldn't be a surprise, Aurelian, again, Aurelian is awesome, and we're greatly deprived by him not submitting anymore, in the shop. But
hey, there's always Noble North. Thank goodness there's Noble North, right?
Yes, right, for sure. Yeah, but we have this, and that'll work,
And I will say it's your fault. Not that he's not submitting. It's your fault that I bought the Panderos, because when you got that and you held it up to the camera and showed it off, this was not even on my radar. This was not even like, maybe I'll order it, but I didn't. This was Matt's not ordering this one. And when you held it up and you showed the detail, I went, oh, that was a mistake. I need that. I need that one.
Yeah, and the touches of metallic gold in there just set everything off. It's so good.
The fact that you can see the detail in the kerchief is just sick and insane, and gives the lie to all my times I worry about, will the embroidery look great?
Right.
It's insanely good embroidery. It just is. If I were to make a top 10 of best embroidery, it would definitely be in that top 10. So. Oh look! We've seen. Doubt. Oh look! It's Rewound.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more to be said about Rewound, but just look at it again. Look at it again. It's just so good.
He said, well, what do you like about it? Aaron says, look at it.
Take the Coke bottles out of your eyes.
Right. Yeah. So there's not much more to be said about that. Now, Sky Dragon. This was another one of those hats that was in the same pre-order group as Heart Candy, I believe. It came in the same shipment, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember looking at this in the shop and thinking that I've never been super big on dragon designs. I've got a few, and I'm not ever typically blown away by them. And I didn't think that the segmentation in that would translate very well. I thought it was weird, and it just didn't make sense to me. So again, it's one of those where I saw it in hand. And the embroidery on this, it's almost comic book style, with these really heavily saturated colors, and it has so much dimension to it and so much depth to it. It was, it kind of reminded me a little bit in its vibrance of, like the parade dragons, for Chinese New Year, stuff like that. Kind of gave me that vibe. But it just, again, it's just one of those ones that just in hand, the mock-up didn't do it justice, and the some of the pictures that I was seeing just really just did the trick for me. But so much depth and so much texture in this design, I could not ignore it. I had to have this one, so I definitely added this. Definitely one of my favorites of the year.
I picked it off buy sale trade. I did not pre-order it, and I was attracted to the vibrant reds. I like color. I like color that stands out, and it definitely has that. And when I had it in hand, I liked it even more. So, didn't make my top 10, but I'm happy to have it in my collection. So.
Yeah.
All right. And then we have Mr. Flanagan's and Paige
Yeah.
Perception, who we mentioned before is not a female.
Yeah. So Flanagan's design, like we talked about when Flanagan was on, he's got a series going, of these hats. And this is one that, that many of us that we talked about it numerous times, of this style that it's risky, because there's a lot of small details in there, and who knows how that's going to turn up. And we've even seen a hat with with silhouettes like this that just did not work.
Yep.
And excuse me, this works. This works. What's the other one? The blue one, I can't remember the name of it, but that one works really well too. But he's just got a great series going with this. And I have a huge affinity for Japanese designs, and this was definitely coming home no matter what. So I'm really glad I got this, and without a doubt, one of my favorites of the year. Excuse me.
Hope.
And then Hope, that's right. And then Page Perception. Okay. This is an awesome hat simply because it's that logo is huge, right?
Yeah.
And it's bold, it's in your face. But what I really love is the way that Kyle brings this element of he brings a certain element to the birds that he uses as his subjects, that ties them with the wordplay. That's just perfect, and this isn't hugely detailed or anything like that, but it just feels like a minor league baseball hat. This could easily be a minor league baseball logo. And I just the reflection of the ball in the sunglasses is just perfect.
Yep.
This is just, that to me, this is one of those logos that speaks Clink to me. Especially earlier Clink, because of the tie-in to MILB. But
It
definitely
feels-
a favorite here.
Feels very grandiose, like minor league
Yeah.
level. The only thing is, you better check that brim because you just touched that peanut color with your fingers.
It's dark enough.
All right.
I forgot to show the light blue under visor too.
Ooh.
Good looks.
That one,
Good looks.
I did not pre-order, and I was upset, and I was like, I'm definitely getting this one on dead stock, and the 8 sold out underneath me, and oh yeah, I was heartbroken. That one made my honorable mention.
I forgot to mention it, but there is no drop. I checked earlier today, and I put in VIP, and there were no hats.
It was late. It's there.
What?
There is a drop.
What?
Yeah.
I looked at like 6:37, and there was nothing in there. What? All right, Aaron, Old Boy and Exhumed King. I own Exhumed King on the right. I got that off of
So Exhumed King, there was one detail that just got me on this hat. And it is the way, and I'm overblowing it. I don't know, but it's the detail in this hat is the brush that's in the mouth that just looks like bristles. It's just the way it was stitched. It just really looks like bristles. I don't know if you can really tell it here, but you have to really hold it in your hand to be able to really tell.
Yeah.
But that was the little characteristic that grabbed me on this hat. And so the more I looked at it, the more I liked it. And there's even some hints of metallics in there that just help just bring a little added sparkle to the tools that I think is a really nice touch. This was, to me, another sleeper in the year that was definitely a worthwhile pickup. And then Old Boy, I don't like bulldogs. I really don't. But the drawing of this and the color choices in this were fantastic. The way that the detail is being lifted by the pinks and the blues really just shows you again how good Clink is at getting texture in hats by using embroidery with color. It just, this is this when I think bulldog, this is what I think of. This is the kind of, I don't think of Frenchies or anything like that. I think of this, when I think of a bulldog, and I think that they really nailed it with this one.
Glenn's probably breaking out in hives right now, just seeing that bulldog.
Actually, I wanted that one, and I missed out on that one too. I whiffed on that one.
The one
It's a good
Clink
one for
bulldog
sure.
that I own was the fresh colorway by the Grimace, and it had that's the one that I have.
Yeah.
That's from
Mhm.
Clink. And
Yeah, I've got that one too. Yeah, that one's a solid one.
it's gorgeous, and I'm not a dog person, honestly, but it's just such a kind of cartoony version of it. I just loved it.
Mhm.
The one
Yeah.
thing I would say about the dead stock drop is that I'm happy to see that Milky Way seems to be selling, but the Clink from above is half gone. So if you're a VIP,
So
you
is
want
so is Air Talkers, right? Is that the one that
Code Talkers. Yeah,
that
four
Code
four
Talkers?
sizes.
Sorry, yeah.
4 sizes are gone. There's still 6 left. So yeah, it's about 40% sold out.
Mm.
I hadn't looked at Sucker for Love. Sucker for Love, all sizes are still in, but Clink from Above was one that I was kind of. I probably should get Code Talkers. If I teach like World War II, I could wear that one. But five of the 10 sizes in Clink from Above are sold out. That's one where if the Clink room points were working, I would probably order it, but I can't cash in my points, and I'm not going to order one hat and pay for shipping because that's the kind of cheap person I am. Oh, and so when I joke about how I don't always love Josh Volts, I bought Exhumed King. Josh, if you watch this, I love this. So, and part of what I loved about
such
it
a good hat.
is the white bony part has that 3D effect where it stands above the crown, and you feel like you're like the skull is just the top layer is sticking up through the dirt, and it feels physical. I love that aspect of it. So the stitching enhances the experience with that one.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and now Glenn's on the hot seat. Well, not the hot seat, but the more like the party seat. What do you love? So first of all, I'm just going to tell you right now that the Josh Volz fan club, we just ended with Josh, and now it's going to go on. The parade for Josh is going on for a couple more hats. So take it away, Glenn. Give us your fanboy reaction here. What thrills you about these two?
Zombie. I love this hat. It's my favorite of the year.
Okay.
Part of it because I'm a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket fan. So it's for a Georgia Tech fan, this is a perfect hat. It's even holding a bone like a dog bone, like the Bulldogs. So it couldn't be more perfect for me.
And apparently it's been poisoned by the dog bone because it's looking not so fresh there.
I was originally I was a little bit disappointed that they changed the colors from the original to this, but I still had to have it. I still love it, and honestly I can't even remember what the original looked like. I just remembered I was disappointed that they changed it, but I do love it just the same, and I don't even, like I said, I don't even remember what the original looked like any longer. But yeah, Zombie, my favorite of the year. That one. Go ahead.
All three of us have Exhumed King then, because I also own that one. So that's a trifecta for Josh on this panel.
I don't own Exhumed King.
What? But you don't?
I do not. So
I'm surprised.
If anybody is watching this and has an Exhumed King in 8 or 7/8, I'll buy a 7/8 too. I will take you up on that. Take that off your hands because I desperately want this one. But just to echo what both of y'all said, it's awesome. It's a great one.
Is Emo Shandor? Is this Josh or is this another designer? Please keep saying nice things about me.
Well, if it is Josh, welcome. We're glad to have you here.
Emo Shandor.
Yeah, I don't recognize that handle as an Instagram username. So maybe it is. I'm trying to think of who else. So we ended up on Aaron's. I don't think it's Flanagan. It could be. It might be CBS Inc. Maybe. No, it's possible.
Could be Josh.
If you want to reveal which artist you are in the chat, please feel free to do so. So.
Oh, it's Josh.
It is. Hello,
Well,
Josh. Thanks for
Josh,
tuning in.
Stay tuned
What up?
because the Josh love is not over. We're going to go to the next slide, and it's 100% Josh love here too. So keep
Shocker,
going,
right?
Glenn. Keep going.
Shocker.
31. 31 was one that I definitely slept on. It ended up being my favorite Halloween hat this year. I will admit I slept on this one. I don't even know why. There was a bunch of Halloween hats that I didn't order. I don't even remember what was up with that, but
Because there were so many.
I
That's why.
righted the wrong. I righted the wrong, and thank God this one didn't sell out up underneath me like some of the other ones did. Because when I got it, I was like, this is badass. Like, how did I not get that? Yeah, that one's awesome. S'more has like obviously I'm the horror fan, but on top of that, it's like a fun little creature. But it holds like a little personal thing with when we go over to my in-laws and we do s'mores around the fire pit with our little nephews. So it kind of has that feel to it of doing s'mores with the nephews and all the family and just chilling around the fire pit. Um, it reminds me of that as well as, a fun creature feature.
It's
Um,
definitely
Very
part of my
cool.
experience growing up in the Midwest. You'd have bonfires in the fall, or you'd do, like Halloween harvest. People would have harvest parties, and you'd make s'mores. We'd go camping. We'd make s'mores. So definitely, there's a bit of nostalgia. I will say that the 31. So I like a clean silhouette, and I'm kind of upset that I didn't get this one. So if it pops up on buy sell trade in a size, I'm almost certainly going to buy it and add that to my Halloween collection because I do love a nice clean silhouette, and this 31 definitely has that going for it. So
it's super fun in hand too. All the little details in the bones and stuff. And then like the little like the spider webs and stuff are flat and the other stuff is raised.
good stitching.
Yeah, it's fun. And then Josh and Heather together, you can't go wrong.
All right, this ends the Vaults Love In. We'll now go to some other artists. Oh look! Imagine that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesse said S'more was a contestant for her top 10 too.
Very good. Very good.
Rewound, can't say enough about it.
We all own it.
Yeah, we've beaten that one to death. Hard candy, we already touched on that as well.
All right.
Just a gorgeous hat. That one has, not only is it just beautiful, period, but the strawberry candies was one of my mom's absolute favorite candies. She passed in 2020. So like anything that, reminds me of mom is a insta buy. And that's why I was exposed to the strawberry bonbons was my mom loved them and we got it from her. So that was not only is it fun, it's candy, it's nostalgic, it's a fun pun with hard candy, but it's also remembrance of mom.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, those were the kind of candies that my grandma had, and if you were fidgeting in church, she would hand you one of those. All right, we got Headspace, and I honestly don't remember this one. So when you sent it on the text and I pulled up the image, I was like, man, I just kind of spaced out. I don't remember this one being up available. So
I loved this hat. So I said to Matt, at the risk of being roasted and crucified by the group, and possibly in the comments. I said, "Damn the torpedoes! I'm putting it in my top 10." I thought it turned out great.
I've got it too. Yeah, I've got it too.
Oh, right. All right. That's cool. I don't
Yeah,
feel
those
so bad
colors.
now.
Yeah, there you go.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, the colors you can't get. Yeah, I mean the colors are fantastic on that,
yeah, the colors
and
are
the skull. I
great.
mean, the skull reminds me a little bit of like Guardians of the Galaxy. With nowhere.
Yeah, I like the texture of it. I like
Mm,
the multiple colors in the skull. You got the purple, the blue. I don't even know what that is. That other color. That's like hell, I don't know, some kind of pink or something.
We need
But
Jessie in her Pantone color
right.
look.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
What is this, Jesse? But anyway, you can wear it with blue, you can wear it with black, you can wear it with purple. It's multifaceted. And it's
Yeah.
got it's
That's a
got the
winner.
3D, like the spaceship going around it is like more
Hmm.
flat than the rest of it because it's kind of in the background. This one stitched really well.
So for me, purple is in my bottom two colors. So that was probably a reason I did not remember this one. It is beautiful. It's just not my jam. So if this came out in a recolor, I might be tempted. But purple's just not my flavor. So and then the slasher flick, I think it's when I saw it again, I was like, actually this is pretty funny with the reel carrying the little
Hmm.
hatchet. Some great cartoon style artwork on this.
It embroidered really well too.
It really did. Like the pictures do not do it justice,
Hmm.
and
Agreed.
this isn't even going to do it justice. Like it's
Yeah.
got the silver metallic
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
for the film reel,
For the real. Yeah. For the real.
and a
And
little
the
bit in the
axe too.
axe too. Yeah,
Hmm.
and like the mouth is like flat, like you can like put your finger in there,
Mm.
so it's got some good depth to it too. Uh, it's got a silver back hit too, instead of the red like you would normally see. Popcorn looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah. That's a
huge
winner.
I'm a huge slasher fan. Like of all horror subgenres, slasher's my favorite subgenre of horror. So this was a must have for me. Good idea, Ryan, and Obi-Wan.
Definitely a winner.
Phil's in the house. Phil Hauser. I mean, not in the
Phil,
chat.
this one was great. For me, it touched on so many topics at all wrapped in one. I thought that was great. It's food, it's animal, it's alcohol, it's sports, all wrapped into one. And like there's not many designs that can boast that feat. Um and it's got a really cool green back hit that matches the fish too.
Mm.
But yeah,
I don't
I
know if
love this one.
I don't know if you guys follow the Grimace on Instagram, but he does the most amazing combos, and he
Yeah.
did a fantastic one just the other day with beer batter.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Or was
Was
it
it
today?
yesterday? Yeah, it might have been. It might have been yesterday.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
just
it was really
yeah,
good.
killed it. Yeah, just absolutely killed it.
And then takeout. I know people aren't big. I don't know why. I get the dirt thing, but I freaking love a white crown. I think they look so clean, so good. I love a white crown. We don't get to see them very often. This one
Right.
works. I love how they kept it with the white crown because, the Chinese boxes are red and white.
Hmm.
So the color motif goes with it. I love a good food hat, food themed hat. And I don't know how you say it, but COD Italia, I don't know. But I really like both of them as well.
Hmm.
So I will say for me, if this was on something other than white, I would be a lot more tempted to buy it. if they did a fresh colorway with this, I think the white of the takeout box would pop against a darker color, and I wouldn't have to worry about Cheeto fingers being a problem.
Right.
I love it.
It's good
And
stuff.
just a quick peek. You mentioned it, so here it is. Here's the Grimace with
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
shoes.
Good combo.
Got some,
Yeah. Great combo.
very cool. Yeah, he does a regular feature. All right. What we got next? Let's see. Come on. There we go. Oh, we're done. I thought we had one more review. So I'm up, and I have all of mine here. So we've already shown off this one and we've praised it. Love me some Sierra. So Sierra and Seamus are probably the designers I've bought the most. And as a hockey player, this is just bang on. It's a great hat. It's got the mask, the goalie mask really stands out, and the little bit of red in the eyes just makes it a winner. It's the kind of hat where I wear this in my locker room, and sometimes the people, I mean, they know I collect hats, but they'll be like, "Where did you get that? Like, what team is that?" And I'm like, "That's Team Clink."
I almost put that one on my list, but I knew it would be in yours.
Oh, it's so good. It's such good. And then I love my animal Clinks. And so we were lucky enough, Lane came on and, he talked to us. And after Lane came on, I was sucked in and I got all 5 of the animals. But this is the one I pre-ordered. Just the story, you can see the cracked lens, and, he's gone after the big animal game hunter. And it's hard to tell, but the kind of fierce glare in that in the eyes is just amazing that they got that to come out. And so the artwork's good and the stitching delivered. And I'm also a huge fan. I don't like regular orange, but I love me some burnt orange. It just feels like a really rich color and pairs well with some other stuff. And then I love this Ryan Simmons. I'm also, we haven't seen any Ryan Simmons in a while. I hope he hasn't quit drawing for Clink, but I'm a big fan of a lot of his stuff. And not only do you get this sort of splash, it's breaking the surface and you get this ripple effect, but you also get the shadow on the bottom, which is just extraordinary. And I do like a silhouette you can see from 10 feet away. You are not going to see that shadow unless you're like practically nose to nose with me, but I love it. And I do love my water hats. And so I've got sharks and octopus and all kinds of water critters. And that was honestly, this was one that when I pre-ordered it, I was so looking forward to the day this came out of the box. Like, I just couldn't wait to see how it's stitched, and really, really lovely hat. And 3-dimensional stitching. I think I did not pre-order this, but once it dropped and I saw the depth, the look
target,
at
man.
The target,
so good.
It's like 1/8 of an inch thick. I mean,
that's the same thing that got me. On that hat,
just
phenomenal with that. Yeah.
If you turned it level, you could pour liquid inside the gaps in the target and it would not pour out. Like, it's that thick. I mean, it's literally just insane. Yeah. And I wore this to, I only went to the Braves once this season. And so it's actually one of my favorite Instagram pictures I took last year. So I'm standing outside the baseball stadium and just wearing this. And, my buddy's a big Chicago Cubs fan. And so we were not there for the Cubs. His wife works at a vet clinic, and as a thank you to all employees, they bought everyone in the clinic tickets to go. And so they had somebody cancel. So I got to go sit with them. It was their toddler's first ever Major League Baseball game. So he did not pay any attention to baseball, but he did like the peanuts and the ice cream a lot. So all about the concessions. And then this is one that I pre-ordered, partly because, I've chatted with Heather, and again, I love it when people do a new animal. And so to my memory, we hadn't had a sloth before. I love the vibe of it, the little music notes, just chilling, listening to the music. And blue is my favorite color personally. So I like the varieties of blue in it, but the stitching is also really good. It's got that really thick, it almost looks like a patch. It's so thick. So it's got that 3-dimensional, and as like most young people, music was an escape and something I went to. And, for Paco, it was hip hop. And, for other people, it was different kinds of music. I was more of a kind of indie rock kind of guy. And one of the only things I don't like about living so close to work is that I don't get in my car and listen to music for 20, 30 minutes, which was my experience for a lot of years. And so
Yeah.
I try to listen to music when I go to my hockey games, and get a little pumped up, or, get excited. It definitely can change your mood. In 2025 was kind of a rough year for me as a government teacher. There were a lot of things that I didn't really want to talk about in class. There were a lot of depressing things for me in the headlines. And one of the things I did in 2025 personally is listen to music in the hour before I went to bed, just to kind of put my mind somewhere else, make me think about things that brought back some happy memories, and just reach back to moments when I was younger, and that actually helped, to sort of take my mind off
I
worries
like
and
that.
concerns.
Sure.
So that hat touches on new animals, that kind of stuff. And speaking of being a government teacher, I went back and forth and back and forth. It was going to be between these two. I was only going to have one red, white, and blue hat, and so sorry, Seamus, this just missed the cut, but it was right there. And in particular, what I like about this one is that every single semester I teach about the American Revolution, and so this will get a wear at least twice a year. And it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but there's actually the lines in the horse. It's not just solid flat. There's actually kind of like the sinews and the shape of the flank. It's sewn in directions to give us a 3-dimensional sense of the musculature of the horse, which is insane, right? I mean, the
Yep.
easiest thing in the world to do would just be like, well, we'll just make it all red.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
with
Yeah.
like east, west, north, south lines. Like it's red, it's all about the silhouette. I love a good silhouette. This is a fantastic silhouette, but it's more than a silhouette. There's actually shape and curvature in the stitching on the red. Just crazy good, crazy good. And then what I thought for me was the funniest hat of 2025. Love Mother Superior. I'm not Catholic, but just the whole idea of like stern Catholic nuns wielding the ruler and batting the ball. I grew up in a very Protestant part of rural America, so I learned about like Mother Superior by watching the Blues Brothers. And so they come in and they get, don't you take the Lord's name in my church, and they smack them across with the ruler. So I don't know, just the idea of this nun taking this ruler and playing baseball. Just, I don't know, there's certain joy to it, certain sense of comedy. And so it makes my list. Oh, I didn't even mention the artist. So the We Ride at Midnight, it credits it as Brandiois. I'm assuming that means it's Jason of Jason and Casey, because when I clicked on the Brandiois link to Instagram, it looked like it was mostly minor league stuff, but the pictures seem to be about Jason. So I'm assuming that means Jason drew it, but I don't know. Maybe Paco could clarify if he were here, but he's not. And then Jason, I think it's Valenti. Jason B did the Mother Superior, which if you didn't tell me that, I would have guessed it was a Flanagan because he did the Pope, throwing the baseball. And I'm going to end with my recolors. And so I now feel extremely fortunate that I own 3 colors. For me, it's Ray Gun. I only have 1 color left to acquire. It's the only hat that I sort of want in every color. Okay, other than Glowfish. But this one came out in a fresh colorway. It was the first time I got my hands on Ray Gun. I love this kind of powder blue and the side of sort of mauve pink color. I love this as well as I love all of my children. He's not here, but Adam found and sent this one to me and literally made me cry when I opened the box. So because I didn't buy this one and it wasn't for sale, I didn't put it in my top 10, but I got 2 of the 3. And thank you again, Adam, if you watched the show. Very much touched me. And this was a fresh colorway of the light blue version of Boombox. And I was fortunate enough to get the original color. So I have it in both blue and yellow. If somebody wants the blue one in 7.5, feel free to message me because I like the yellow just a little bit better. But I love the design. And again, 80s, I had a boombox and we played it in the basement. We went out and skated around on the ice and our pond. And so happy memories, good times, putting cheap cassettes into, that would spool out. And you had that was your portable music, right? So now the kids have their ear pods and they're sitting in class with one ear pod in and me talking in class, and I'm always wondering, what are they listening to, and are they listening to me at all? But they're there, so they get attendance for credit for attendance. So classics from Dan and Joel. I don't know if they ever did anything else with Clink Room, but I'm glad they did Ray Gun, and I'm glad Paco got a chance to do recolor on Boombox from, again, Aurelian, who showed up again and again in ours. And I noticed when I was doing mine, I think I have 4 different hats that Lane was involved in designing. So as you could tell, I was very happy Lane came on our show. We got to talk to him because I'm a big fan. So he's not an artist, but like his concepts, I love his work with artists, and they do some great stuff together.
He says he's not an artist, but I feel like he's just as much an artist, with the concepts. It's a different type of artist, but I feel like all the same, he's a Clink artist as well,
Yeah.
Do you feel that way too?
You have to have an eye, right? So you have to have an eye.
Yeah.
So when he collaborates, I'm assuming he's going to talk to the other artists about it. And even if he's not drawing, all the artists are using pseudonyms today, right? It's not fair. So, hey, Heather, AKA Stale Snickers. Heather, you just missed. You have to go back. So you're in this. You're in the favorites here a couple times. So you definitely made our. She says woke up for a quick min and just had to pop in and say hi. So when you get a chance, if things get slow at work, you can go back and we talk about some of your hats that we loved. All right. Yeah, she's getting a shift change. Matt has some of the best animal ideas. Yeah. Mail call. We've been showing a lot of hats. Anybody have some hats they want to show off?
I got a few.
You go ahead. I gotta grab mine. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, for starters, I already wore this one, but this is the Kawamoto Samurai from. Oh,
sorry. There we go.
You're right. Kawamoto Samurai from Capologist. This is the Pacific Northwest version, aka Seattle Mariners colors. But big fan of this this logo that the Capologists have been working with for quite some time. Came with a matching pin as well, which is always cool. And then I have my last dead stock drop that I received in the mail. Let's see here. I got, this is, I believe, Bloodlines.
Ooh.
I can't remember who the artist was. It's escaping me right at the moment, but this is another one of those ones. Oh, there's some Milosh. Okay. Love the way this turned out. Really, really, really dig it. Gray UV.
It feels to me like the crest of an English soccer team.
Yes.
Like I can easily imagine that.
Yep. And then this was one of the Cali hats. I really liked the embroidery on this, and just multi-layered. The poppy looks fantastic. The bird looks fantastic. I mean, it's a really solid hat. Surprising color for me, as with the crown. But this was, one of those ones that the embroidery was just too good to let go. And with the metallic gold outline on this, it just, it's just the right amount of sparkle in there to jazz it up. But the texturing on the feathers, especially on the breast of the bird, really, really well done.
And the orange tones on the flower are gorgeous.
Yeah.
And
yes, the gradient colors in there, because there's more than one color in there, and that just turned out so good.
And I also own this hat, and it doesn't really show on the camera, but the silver metallic edge around it really add to it in your hand. And
Mm.
when this was one of those
On
that
the on this, it's
Yeah.
gold.
the gold, sorry, I meant to say gold.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
This was another hat that someone else showed off after they shipped, and I was like,
Yep.
oh yes,
Yep.
I need that. And so when they had the
Right.
sale, it got clicked into my cart as well.
That was the Cali Represent. That was designs with Jake and Raphael. Then this one kind of surprised me. Let's see, which one is this one?
I just noticed that you have, like me, not one but two different versions of the Rome Los Penguins behind you, and I also own both of those.
Yes, I bought the black one first from the team store, and then Toppers dropped the red one. I had to have
it. same thing.
Yep, right. This was another one that really surprised me with how well it turned out, and I think it's those shades of blue, that aqua color, whatever it is that is the the outline, the eyes. It just really sets off the whole design. And there's such depth in this embroidery. It just turned out so good. And normally designs like this don't do all that much for me, but this one really just jumped out at me. And this is a Sierra Gons as well.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I had to grab that one up.
You can just see
that was the 3-4 dead stock, and then
I was just saying you can just see the cat like slinking through.
Yes. The motion is very well shown. I still got a couple more.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
I was trying to multitask.
That's okay. So I had a friend down in the San Diego area who hit the shop for me and grabbed me a couple of things. So this was Milky Way. So I was able to snack that.
Cool.
And then this was Jersey Devil.
That's a great one.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's in my collection as well.
Yeah, really dig this one a lot. And then
and the Jersey Devil shows sometimes you can just work with 3 colors and it still can look really good.
Yep. And then you'll appreciate this, Matt. I got the Two for Ruffin, right? Is that what this one's called?
That's correct.
So I had to add this, and I'm glad I was able to snack this. Yeah, for sure. So that's it for me.
Oh, come on. You've got time. You can do 5 more. No, okay. Glenn, you have anything to show and tell?
I got one mail call that came today, and it is a beauty. I had to. This is one that I did not pre-order, but once I saw it, I had to have it. And it's getting a recolor that's pre-ordered as well, and that's Kelly Por Vida.
Ah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, that one's so good. Yep, that's a good pickup, Glenn.
And I like that, even though it's like a Cali-based hat, like it doesn't really have anything Cali specific. So like, it could be anywhere that, has a beautiful view. Like I know it's based on Lake Tahoe. But I love that it's not like California specific. It doesn't have like the state outline or whatever. So it's kind of like, you can get your own interpretation of it as well, because I've never been to California. I have no correlation, like nothing, no affiliation with it. So, but it's a gorgeous design. I had to have it. It's just beautiful. All the details, the reflection in the water, the tree lines.
I can't wait to see the new one.
Yeah, me too. And one more thing. I had a couple of honorable mentions for my top that didn't make the top 10, but I loved all the same. This is the only one of the 3 that I have in hand. And it's Tall Boy. I was a big fan of Tall Boy. It's got some really cool metallics in the can. Um, few different colors added in there. I love the highlights in the brown bag with the
Mm.
the yellow highlights, the little bit of beer popping off on the top. I love the side patch, the Clinkmore side patch that's on this one. This one was a winner for me, multifaceted. It's fun. It's beer. I love beer. It's got this sweet side patch. Got the white back hit or the silver
Yep.
back hit. It's blue UV. It's just for me it's a great hat all the way around. And my other two honorable mentions was one that you had, Aaron, Brain Rot, and
Hmm.
also one that deserves to be mentioned is Ducks in a Row.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Aurelian
Yep.
and Sawed Off
And Sawed
Samurai.
Off Samurai. Yep.
Yep. That was a great hat too, which I don't have, but if anybody has one in 8 or 7/8, I would buy it.
And I'm wearing one of my honorable mentions, which was this was like, whew, the last two picks were tough. And Halloween's a big
Mm.
deal at our house. We go all out in the yard, and it's just a holiday that we're always home for. And the weather's usually not too bad here in Georgia. And I like landscapes. It's a little busy for me, I've got my silhouette thing, but you can tell there's a cat and a bat in a house, and a little ghost. And so, love this one of my favorite Halloween hats. And when that season rolls around, this is always one of the Halloween hats I'm really excited to break out and get to wear. So it just, it's hard making those last couple cuts. I had the first
Yeah.
7 were actually like not so hard, but the last 3 were just tough. And I actually, this evening I had like, I showed my husband, like, these are locks, these are 7. But then I'm like, I got 3 spots and I've got 6 candidates. And
Yeah.
I showed him, and he's like, oh, that one. He's like, oh, he goes, yeah, that's tough. I was like, so my
That
mail
hat that you
call,
just Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say that hat that you just showed that one got probably the most comments for me this Halloween period. It was definitely something that a lot of people noticed. It's a good hat for sure.
so my mail call is follows very well from Glenn's. And so I am not a beer drinker, and I hardly drink at all personally. But and so I've kind of avoided buying the beverage hats for the most part. But there was a really, really good price on Poshmark, which, I check every once in a while for Clinks. And so this arrived. This is from a seller. And so this is yeast mode. And so we've got this beer spitting out, and he's got, like those kind of horns. And while I'm not a drinker, I love a good silhouette. And gosh darn, if you can't see this from 10 feet away, you're a blind person. Like, this is a great looking hat, right? And this other hat looks like it was designed by the same person, but was not. And so this other one, I can't remember right at the top of my head. This is like party something or
Happy hour.
happy hour. There we
Mhm.
go.
Yep.
Happy hour. And so these two, they look a lot happier than yeast mode here. But just a good time, and reads really well. Nice silhouette, all the things that I like in a hat. So, if I go out with pals and they're drinking, I'll get my one margarita, and I'll wear the beer hat. And just to keep rolling with the alcoholic, this also came, and this was from a person on Buy Sell Trade. So they had some hats, and it's hard to see, but there's like a light blue kind of explosion going on here.
Hmm.
And the flame that comes out of the top is thicker than the rest of it. So it has a kind of 3D, it's kind of popping off. And just really like the color. I love the nice contrast against the black crown. And the same Buy Sell Trade person had a couple of other ones. And so Pit Vipers was not in my collection. And snakes kind of scare me a little bit. I grew up, my parents constantly warned me against rattlesnakes and copperheads and water moccasins. And so they drilled into us that you should avoid snakes, even if you're not sure. And so it's kind of terrifying, but also quite powerful art. And we mentioned this. This was in Jesse's top 10, but this is a different colorway. So I felt lucky to get this. Somebody had this color version of Roadkill, and I like the big red X's and the yellow, and it's got a yellow under visor, so that kind of goes with the yellow of the top of the head. So I've got that in mind. And then last, and I was on the fence about this one, but now that I have it in my hand, it's just really pretty. It's called Dandelions, and colors just really, really pretty. So it's just this is definitely one on the more of the pretty end of this Clink spectrum. A little artsy. It actually feels to me like something like one of my good friends is Indian. I would wear this as a Diwali hat, just like kind of all the different colors and just really, really, really beautiful design. So again, I feel very fortunate that I discovered the buy sell trade page. It's every time I say I'm not going to spend any more money on hats, like somebody posts one and I'm like, whoa, it's on my list. Like I really wanted dandelions. Okay, yes, I won't go out to eat this month, and I will order this hat instead. But so actually at this moment, I only have like 2 hats on the way to my house, which is like the lowest point in the last year. All right.
One of our viewers said, I love Adam's top hats of 2025. Dope choices for sure.
I wonder who that was.
He had the opportunity to see it. Maybe he'll do it on his Instagram, which he can if he wants to. I mean, maybe he didn't like any Clinks this year. Maybe we should shame him into it. We'll be like, Adam hated all the Clinks. That's why he didn't submit. And I asked Paco if he had any he wanted me to throw in the slideshow, even though he could make it because his had a family member had a commitment he had to be. And he said, I was just going to freelance it, just grab 10 hats and throw them on camera. He's like, I don't have a list. And I was like, all right, maybe next year.
Adam sent you his, but I guess it was too late.
Oh, I did not. Well, yeah, it's at 6:30. Like once the Red Wings game started, I was done with the slideshow. Actually, that's not true. I was still Googling names of artists during the first period. I was like watching hockey, Googling, putting it in the slideshow. But by 7:30, it was put to bed and uploaded. So yeah, it's been a nonstop day for me from the moment I got up till even now. So I'm sorry, Adam, I did not get them in. Let's do our last.
Adam, you didn't send them to him until 8:18, bro.
I was in the shower. I was pregame showering when you sent them, so I did not see that. We got a couple. Let's take a peek at the shop, the crits to shop, and I think for the most part, there aren't a ton of changes here. Obviously, we got a change in the color of the crown.
The ears on the cat are kind of
good catch.
Straight up.
I mean, the cat doesn't look as raggedy on the shop version.
Yeah, I like the raggedy cat.
Yeah, he doesn't look quite as raggedy.
Yeah, and the bird's eye is brighter on the shop one.
Mm-hmm.
I think Adam would approve of that because he had a thing about eyes not looking correct on hats bothering him. So I think that's an improvement. There's small tweaks. I agree with you that I think the more shaggy version of the cat's better, but I think the ears look better directed, and the eye and the bird looks better. So I think those two things are improvements. And I also like the blue.
I don't mind that. Yeah, I was going to say I don't mind that color change either on the crown.
All right, and our friend of the show, guest of the show, Matt Wilson. So we've got the original on the left and the shop version on the right. I like the fact that the color gradation in the background is a little bit more distinct. The color changes a little bit further apart, so you can see the different shades in the hills.
I feel like the new one almost looks like a picture that's slightly overexposed.
Yep.
That's what I prefer the original, the crits version, just because of that.
I think the hills are better, but the clouds are worse.
I agree. I feel like it's like on an older TV when you're playing with like the
Yeah.
tint and the hue and the
Yes.
and you're like messing with it and you're like, oh no, too much.
I do think the horns at the top are a little bit clearer in the shop version. I think that's a little bit better.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the shop version. I just, the color changes, I just prefer the more subdued, more saturated colors.
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
feel like it's a little easier on the eyes, the original one. And it feels more sunsetty.
Yeah, I notice on the main they took out the little bits of white and it's solid black. I think that's actually an improvement, but I do think that the original version where the clouds broke out of the circle more distinctly was better. I personally like it when designs break out of the circle. So should probably check the comments. Let's see if Matt has any. Heather says new colors. She says the ears are not
That's a fair point about Africa being very bright. That's a very fair point.
Someone says,
That's
do
true.
Adam's 10 the next show. We could absolutely do that. We could have an Adam and Paco if they want to get theirs in.
Adam said, bro. He said at 7:30 p.m. I could send photos, and I sent at 8:18.
That's about the time I got in the shower. So you were close. 10 minutes earlier, and they probably would have made the spread. Hey, I have them. I can put them in next week's slideshow. All right.
It'll be a carryover.
All right. We've got Gabe's. Looks very similar. Very similar. The tail, the rattlesnake tail that sticks out of the one eye actually has a rattlesnake rattler on it, and the original did not.
There's no lines on the belly anymore either.
Simplified.
Yeah, different color belly.
The curvy parts of the snake are simplified a bit in terms of the color and the stitching that's going to go in.
And then obviously the crown and brim color. So
and the
lots of color changes there.
And the button, yeah.
Look, Matt noticed the button.
Yeah.
All right. It looks pretty identical.
Yeah, I don't see a ton of changes there.
I can't see any changes right now.
Do you think this one's gonna look a little busy, a little muddy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think at the face of the dragon.
It's a lot of very thin lines. And I have that concern also about this one. And, I'm a pretty big Flanagan fan. I've bought a fair number of his. I'm just a little concerned. I will say that in the shop version, the deer are solid black and they cast shadows. I like the shadow tweak. This feels much more like you're looking at animals in the darkness. And so I like that they're all black with black line shadows coming out. But man, those are some little tiny lines. What did I miss in the chat?
He said GTFOH with your power hour shower. Matthew. Didn't know that was the cutoff.
Listen, I could either.
That's hella funny.
I rolled out of bed and went and taught school, and then when I got done, I had to send 8 emails, and then I had to build a slideshow because some people didn't get their pics to me, or I'm building the slideshow. I didn't even eat dinner, but I did get a shower in. So choices were made. So
he worked on it until the 12th hour, as they say, the 13th hour, whatever the saying is.
And in my last class of the day, I start talking and music starts coming through the wall next door. And we've got a classroom under construction. So they've moved the various people around. And so we're not in our usual rooms. It turns out that my class at 3:30 shares a wall with the percussion department is playing ensemble. And they played Caribbean marimba music the whole time during my class, and I had to talk over it. And the students were giggling and laughing because, like, here comes the snare drum part, and I'm trying to talk and keep their attention. And so by the time I got home, I was like wiped out, and I still had like stuff I had to do. So it's been a day. So Adam, cut me just a little bit of slack. We'll show your picture. I promise.
He said, "All good, all good."
I think we got one more, and this was one that this one's kind of growing on me. So Raphael does animals well, and here in the South, we can drive down to the Gulf Coast, and this reminds me of trips where I've gone down to Savannah, Georgia, or the Gulf Coast in Florida. It's sometimes lovingly referred to as the Redneck Riviera. If you go down by Pensacola Beach. And so this just definitely gives me like a Charleston, Savannah, Panama City Beach vibe. Definitely some color. So there's oranges and pinks that are added to the water from the version. And the boat is also a different color. And obviously the crown went from black to white. That's a pretty big change, which means, definitely Aaron won't be able to touch this one, but he can add it to his collection.
I am out. It's
persona non grata for Aaron now that it's a white crown. No bueno. So this is a maybe. Like, I could see myself if I need one more to get to 3. I might click this one in. I don't think I have. Do I have any pelicans? I think that's a pelican. Yeah.
The original for me was a definite buy.
Yeah.
The changes, I'm out.
I don't understand why the water is also orange. Like, I think the blue for the water made sense.
Yes. And I like the blue for the water. I think the sky looked better on the original. I like how everything pops more with the black crown.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the orange visor that complements the rest of it. Like, I feel like you lose a lot with the shop version. There's so many items. There's so many items that were sacrificed in the shop version that it just doesn't appeal to me any longer.
Yeah, it's not a.
But like you were saying, this one for me, this one screams Tybee Island off the coast of Georgia.
And for those of you who don't know, Tybee is basically, if you go down to Savannah, Savannah is actually up the river. It doesn't sit right on the coast, but Tybee's where Savannahans go out to go to the beach and splash around. So
Tybee Island's beautiful.
And I did not put this in the slideshow, so we'll jump over to Instagram. But our hats that are closing this week, I ordered the hero, and I'm guessing that you ordered these two. Is that correct, Glenn?
Yes.
Yeah, I know you voted for both of them. And then we've got Winds Winter Scene. This one, to me, I'm going to wait and see how it stitches. And then I think this was Hakobo's Winter Night Scene. I will go ahead.
You said who?
Is this Hakobo?
For which one?
The bottom one?
Oh no, that's Hafiel.
Oh, that is Hafiel. Okay, sorry. And I will say, if I were to buy one Win, the top one actually has my interest. So I'm not a huge fan of Win, but I really kind of like the swirl of that design. And,
it's a good looking hat.
That's a maybe.
No, it's not a buy for me, but I do like it.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining in, and we still got 6 viewers, so we didn't scare everybody off. Artists. Nice. Hopefully Heather goes back and watch this, and she'll see which hats made the list. And thanks for Soundwaves for dropping in, and Jesse, we really hope you start feeling better, because you got to teach next week. The calendar is relentless.
Right.
Us teachers have to show up, right? So I really hope you start feeling better and you get your voice back, and hopefully we'll get either Adam and Paco maybe next week. But Thanks again to all the artists. I'll give you thanks again to all the artists, even the artists that didn't make our top 10, our personal top 10. I bought a boatload of Clink hats last year, and there's a boatload of things that were gorgeous, beautiful. You're all beautiful. We love you. Keep making great stuff. So thank you. This is a bit of a tip of hat from those of us who are collectors. Yeah. Thank you for your artistry. Thank you for giving us cool stuff to put on our head. Glenn?
Shout out. I forget to mention this. Shout out to Casey and Clink for adding the 8 1/8 hat size to the website. Much appreciation. What are you laughing at?
Jesse's comment, my college is too small to have a percussion department. Well, I don't think it's a whole department, but I think it's a class in the music department. And they used to have their own building, but it's being worked on. So they're right next door to me. So I put in for a room change. So we'll see. If not, every Monday I'll come in and be like, those percussion people. I have to shout over the percussion. But hopefully, it's funny because my dean is actually is a professional musician as a hobby. He plays saxophone at shows around Atlanta, and I think he'll understand that me trying to talk over the percussion is probably a bad scene as a teacher. So I'm hoping the dean moves me to a different room. So thanks again, everyone, and thanks to our artists, and thanks to Casey and Clink for making these hats and giving us a whole hobby. And I look forward to seeing what cool stuff we get in 2026. I was a big fan of this.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. You have to see this. That's on the buy and sell trade. That's great.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Nobody missed a hoodie drop, unfortunately. I got lucky. What can I say?
Not lucky. It just dropped out of the sky like the stork delivering small children.
And instead of hoodwinked, you got hoodclinked.
Tell you what, you West Coast people, you're going to make me want to move out to California just so I can do these drive-bys at Clink headquarters because, I feel like I'm missing out. Paco and Adam, and you I just happened to be in San Diego and look what fell into my car, Thanks, everyone, and we'll look forward to seeing y'all next Monday as we talk more about custom hats and our love of this hobby. So take care.